Hey guys, Jay here and welcome back to another video. Before we start though, a quick thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. We reached 100 subscribers just a few days ago and I'm very grateful for your support. Thank you. Now today we are looking at Fujifilm's film simulations and hopefully you will get a better idea why so many Fuji users love their cameras and in this day and age still choose to shoot JPEG. I'm using my X100V and X-T2 for these images, so any film simulations not on these systems I sadly cannot compare. Now, Fujifilm started out producing film solutions in the 1930s for photographic, motion picture and X-ray. Since then, Fujifilm as a company continues to make film for the film photography crowd and applies the knowledge of film to their modern camera systems as well. So let's go over each one of the digital film simulations and how they look and compare, and in what situations they work best in. Now, out of the box, Fujifilm camera's standard color profile is Provia. I will use this color profile as sort of a base to compare other simulations. The images it produces are well-rounded and have good balanced saturation and moderate contrast. This makes it the most versatile simulation, but at the same time, the least specialized when compared to the others. Next up is Velvia, which when compared with Provia, renders colors a lot more vividly, with more saturation and more contrast. This simulation in the right settings gives the photo a certain pop and three-dimensionality. It is a popular simulation to use in situations with good sunlight and a lot of vibrant colors. Landscape and travel photography comes to mind when thinking about applications for this certain simulation. Astia is a softer take on Velvia. The colors are slightly subdued and contrast is toned down. Astia would be a great pick for photographers who enjoy shooting color in a way that's less harsh on the eyes. I would say Astia works better than Provia or Velvia when it comes to shooting human subjects in colorful backgrounds, as skin tones are much more pleasant. Now let's move on to the next couple of film simulations, which are perhaps the ones I prefer to use the most. Let's begin with Classic Chrome, probably a favorite for me and many other photographers on the Fujifilm system. It has lower saturation, deeper shadows, and gives the image a subtle yet lasting appeal. It's simulation that feels more true to life, like how we see the world, with a touch extra oomph to the contrast. This could be used as an alternative standard to Provia and is good for many situations. But I find this sim truly shines in urban environments or places with slightly overcast light source. If you want a bit more color and contrast from Classic Chrome, then there is Classic Negative. I haven't personally experimented with this simulation a lot, but what I can say is that it definitely has more contrast, slightly deeper shadows, and a touch more green hue. But think of this simply as an enhanced version of Classic Chrome. Next, we have Pro Negative High. If I am to be super simplistic, I would say it is essentially Classic Chrome, but with a slighter greener hue. Now in the same vein, Pro Neg Standard has less contrast than Pro Negative High and less shadow contrast than Classic Chrome. Fujifilm states both Pro Negatives work well with skin tones, and I would agree, as it produces nice colors that flatter the subject. Now, if you want a muted, low contrast look, Eterna is here. In most situations, I personally wouldn't choose Eterna because it lacks any sort of character, but I can see it being a great choice for people who shoot video and want something that's less flat than shooting in raw video format, but still provides a pleasing look to their video without too much post-processing. Lastly, we get into Fujifilm's black and white film simulation. This is arguably a big reason why people love Fujifilm cameras, and once you experience this firsthand, you might not ever want to go back to shooting with anything else. Acros film simulation is a faithful recreation of Fujifilm's discontinued Neopan Acros 100. but due to the resurgence of film photography, Acros was brought back. That is a testament to how popular this black and white film is. The Acros film simulation is super detailed, renders great tonality, and rich dark contrast. It is a major step up from shooting in monochrome, and to be able to get this beautiful look straight out of camera without the hassle of post-processing is so very satisfying. I didn't know what the hype was until I tried shooting it for a day, and I definitely get it now. There is also the option of adjusting certain hues of colors in black and white. Depending on the filter you select, for example Acros R, red, it will enhance the filtered color and deepen the color of its complementary. So the great benefit to Fujifilm film simulations on a modern mirrorless camera is that you can actually see the result of your image straight through the electronic viewfinder or your LCD. The ability to visualize a scene in a certain simulation allows you to essentially edit the image in camera by adjusting variables such as ISO, shutter speed, and aperture to get the result you want. As a photographer, this means you can spend more time shooting and less time behind a computer editing. I hope you enjoyed my extremely simplified overview of Fujifilm's film simulations. If you are a Fuji user, comment down below which simulation you use and why. And if you know anyone who is new to the Fuji system, please do share this video with them as well. Thank you guys, and until next time.